Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Most respected Kadir Sahib, Dr. Sadiq Said, Dr. Salim, Dr. Abdul Aziz, Dr. Zubair Hudavi, Malik Muqtasim Khan, all other dignitaries, my dear brothers and sisters, students, friends from socio-political community, all of you are, first of all, I heartily welcome all of you to this Augustus program. We know Shaheen is coming to DAMMAM for the first time. It is an international entry of Shaheen through DAMMAM. Let us have a clap to Shaheen to welcoming DAMMAM. You know, beginning an international journey from DAMMAM, it is a moment of pride and privilege for us, especially in the leadership of Dr. Salim. We are hosting in the OfATLAS International School this wonderful venture. Shaheen is outstanding because of its extraordinary performance. In the last 35 years, in the leadership of Kadir Sahib, it came all the way from humble beginning to a 35,000 strength students accommodating in Shaheen's umbrella. We know Shaheen now contributing 1% of Indian government seats and also 14% of Karnataka government seat to the NEET. It is really a remarkable accomplishment. Coming such an institution of that kind, it was a long sought after need. In the Eastern Province, all of our parents and students, when coming to the 9th, 10th and 11th, they were in panic, whether to send to Bangalore, whether to send to Pune, whether to send to the other cities. There are many apprehensions coming to parents' mind. He will be safe there, she will be safe there, how she will be comfortable there. Suffering, a lot of sufferings are facing our students, especially in the initial days. So inshallah, Shaheen is giving an apt solution for that. This is a very important program and a first beginning. We have a long way to go. We have all people from academics to speak here. Inshallah, today we have a humble agenda. Inshallah, there will be Dr. Sadiq Said will be giving a keynote address, and other some felicitation talk, and also some remarkable personality will be honored. Inshallah, with all of your help, inshallah, we will make this program a grand success. I appeal all of you to be part of this moment in future also. With that words, I would like to conclude my speech. But a good coach will bring a good success. But a great coach will bring a great life. So inshallah, Shaheen will begin in the DAMMAM also will put in the history book. Back to you, Mr. Ryan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abdul Majid, for the warm welcome and the introduction to the event. Next, I'd like to invite on stage the founding partner of this humble school, OfATLAS International School, Professor S.U. Rahman. Please help me welcome Professor S.U. Rahman for the presidential address. You have a
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to stand in front of you at this evening when Shaheen, a great institution, is starting their international journey from our school, OfATLAS International School. I want to take few minutes to take you back in the history of Indian children's education in Saudi Arabia, particularly in the Eastern Province. The year goes back to 1982. That time, Saudi Arabia had a lot of blue-collar workers. We had, a lot of engineers that time and supervisors. They were helping this great country to come up, participated in the building of infrastructure of this kingdom. And we had doctors, nurses, professors, some researchers also. And their family that time started coming to the kingdom actually. And there was a need of good education for them here. So that time, a leader from King Fahd University of Petroleum and Mineral stood up. The name is Professor Rashiduzafar Saab. May Allah bless his soul. He came and he thought about this and he coordinated with the Ambassador of India that time, and a school started where you see today Campion's Key Hotel. That time the school started in some portables actually, and some housewives who were qualified and some borrowed teacher with that resources, that school started actually. And then the time passed. They moved from this humble campus to large campus, and at its peak, the number of students in DAMMAM increased to 17,000 plus actually, to an extent that it had to be recorded in Guinness Book of World Records actually. Then, ever since, the demography of Indians living in the Eastern Province and in general in Kingdom has changed dramatically. Now there are very well educated people here. There are company owners, there are CEOs, CFOs, established doctors, surgeons, professors, researchers, managers, mid-managers, accountants, whatnot, everything, And they crave for better education for their children. Like they see that their counterparts in India receiving actually. And they want to see their children also going to this similar kind of institutions they once went actually. I had been associated with Indian School of DAMMAM in various capacities as a member of the management committee and later on as member of higher board, and I have noted that there is a gap. And when I was there also, I highlighted that gap, and we said that there is a need of some group to come and give professional coaching, handhold the children and the parent also, educate the parents also, in order to have a good career for them actually afterwards. That happened to a certain extent, on and off. One company came and then went into the oblivion. The other company came and went into oblivion. Like that happened actually. We were sitting. We started. Mr. Amjad is here. Mr. Awad Al-Gyatani is on the way. We started this school in 2021 with the aim to provide British curriculum education, and this is happening very well actually. And some of our friends came that there is a group called Shaheen wants to come and do the coaching here actually. Okay, we paused and we saw that what is Shaheen? Honestly speaking, please Abdul Qadir Sahab, forgive my ignorance. I did not know Shaheen at that time actually. So, but this graphics was in my mind actually all the time. You see here the on x-axis is the grade, starting from KG to 12th grade, and then on y-axis is the number of students. The number of students, as you see, as the grade increases, it dwindles down actually. In fact, it goes down in any school, but that is like normal dropouts. It is not that steep. There is a story behind this curve, and part of this story has been touched by Mr. Abdul Majid actually. When they come to the grade 7, 8, the parents start panicking. They start panicking and they do whatever in their capacity. They say, unfortunately, till this 30 years of existence of Indian CBSE schools in the kingdom, the parents could not get that confidence that if my child remains here, he can get into good colleges internationally or in India actually. And that story is embedded in this graph which I have shown to you here actually. So when they come to grade 7, 8 or 9, they have to take a hard decision. The family has to split. The mother has to go back with the children to India, and the father here lives the life of, they call jokingly, forced bachelor actually. For 15-20 days, you really enjoy that actually, but beyond that, you don't enjoy that actually. And the fathers, I mean, in the growth of the children, the father roles is there actually. To discipline, to be there as a fatherly figure, that misses when the children go back home in the pursuit of better education actually. Now with the advent of Shaheen Group, we believe that missing confidence in parent will come back, or will be back here, and people will start believing that let's be here, let's be family together, let's enjoy our family life in this beautiful country. Especially things are changing in Saudi Arabia, there is entertainment here, there is a little bit more freedom to everyone, not a little bit, a lot. So we enjoy that era here, and why the family has to split. So that confidence, inshallah, Shaheen is going to bring here among the Indian community. So going back to the incidents that when some good friend of ours came and they said that Shaheen wants to do this job here. I was apprehensive personally. My background is my undergrad and masters were from Roorkee, this is now IIT, and then master from IIT Mumbai, IIT Bombay. And KFUPM, I did my PhD, and I am like younger brother of a few senior professors sitting in the front row here. I wanted to cross-check. So I have requested Abdul Qadir Sahab, let me come to Bidar. So I took a flight to Hyderabad, drew 2.5 hours to Bidar, and what I saw there is a miracle actually. Bidar, it was my first time, is a barren land, red color sand. Actually, one of Bidar native today at the lunch was telling that people do not wear their white shirt, fearing that they should turn red actually. So in that place, I saw an institution which uses the world's best technology today. In the security, in their food, distribution of food, in their laundry, in their classrooms, in their audiovisual, all of these things. They use world-class things without diluting their values. This I saw only in Bidar. I have seen very good schools in my life. I have nurtured this school. Dune School, we started with Mr. Amjad Saab here. It's a very good school. I have seen, across a very good school. But this deployment of the, world-class technology and still, being attached to your root is commendable, is a miracle. The place grew so well that whole area now is called Shaheen Nagar. Actually, that community, I mean, mashallah, with, you can see a vision and persistence of a person could make what changes. A barren land converted into a township, actually. This is one thing. Then what other thing I have seen there is that they are running wonderful coaching program across the India. They have 100+ coaching institutes, and the numbers, I think Tosif Bhai or Dr. Saab will speak by themselves. But these results are superb. 1% in all India medical seats, about 15% in Karnataka seat. They are like a big achievement. Beside this, I have seen a third thing there, which has no parallel. I can vouch that standing here. The program is called AICU. They call it Academic Intensive Care Unit. What they do is they bring in the students or the boys or the girls who have not seen school in their lives. 13-year-old boy, 9-year-old girl, 14 years, 15 years. They take them, and mashallah, they have developed a diagnostic tool they give them an exam and they determine that what deficiency exactly they have in languages, in mathematics, and in, I think, science also. Not science, only mathematics and languages. They believe that if somebody's quantum ability and verbal ability is good, he will be successful. That is in line with GRE and SAT and all those things. So they do that, and in this test, they will make out what to do with this particular student. And then they take 6 students in a batch, and one teacher sit down together with them exactly in the same way that the sheikh teaches you Quran in halaqat in masjid. Actually, they sit down and she will be talking to each one, and recording the progress. And I was told that in 3 to 4 months of this intensive care unit, they become at par, so that they can write 10th grade exam and pass. And in this, less than a half year's experience, a person who has not gone to a school is now in the mainstream. He can go to the 11th, 12th, then the career is open. MashaAllah, he opens the door for this student who did not see a school, actually. That is something unparalleled, actually. So these are the stories I just wanted to share with you for Shaheen, and I'm really happy that I am speaking at this occasion where Shaheen wants to associate with us and take care of our children. So our children, inshallah, will be in good hand, and future is ours, inshallah. Thank you very much for patiently listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Salimul Rahman, the founding partner of OfATLAS International School, for the presidential speech. We take this moment to recognize and welcome our guests for tonight. I request the organizers and the management to please recognize them. We'll start with the chief guest for tonight. Let's give a round of applause and welcome to Dr. Sadiq Said Muhammad. Welcome, sir. Next, I'd like to welcome on behalf of this robust audience, Janab Malik Mu'tasim Khan. A round of applause for Janab Malik Mu'tasim Khan. Thank you for coming. Next, Dr. Zubair Hudawi. Please help me welcome Dr. Zubair Hudawi to the launching ceremony of Shaheen Academy at DAMMAM, Saudi Arabia. Welcome, sir. Dr. Abdulaziz Abdul Rahim. Thank you. And Janab Yunus Qazia. A special guest tonight, Janab Yunus Qazia. Welcome, sir. Dr. Abdul Qadir. Welcome, sir. Thank you very much. We are running out of time, but we need to speed up and go through the events. Let's go ahead for a visionary speaking out his mind and his heart, how much he has given his soul to visioning and bringing up Shaheen Group of Institutions. 1989. I was born 3 years before that. Since then, okay. So this visionary will be addressing us now, and I hope we capture from him inspiring and memorable moments, and learn from his experience, learn from what he has gone through all these years. It's not easy. It's not easy to organize people, organize students, organize a business, to organize an institution. It's not an easy task. and I'm sure he has a lot to tell us. Please, with a lot of enthusiasm, let's welcome on stage the Chairman and Managing Director of Shaheen Group of Institutions, Dr. Abdul Qadir.
अस्सलामु अलैकुम रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू। जनाब अब्दुल मजीद साहब, प्रोफेसर यसयू रहमान साहब, जनाब यूनुस खाजी साहब, सादिक सेठ मोहम्मद साहब, मलिक मुहतशम साहब, ज़ुबैर हुदावी साहब, डॉक्टर अब्दुल अजीज़ अब्दुल रहीम साहब, सादिक सेठ साहब, दाऊद मोहम्मद अली साहब, और यहाँ पर तशरीफ़ फरमा ख़वातीन व हज़रात, मुअज़्ज़िज़ीन, ये अल्लाह का फ़ज़ल है कि मैं आज यहाँ पर दमाम में हूँ और दमाम के पेरेंट्स से गुफ्तगू कर रहा हूँ, और इंशाअल्लाह यहाँ इस अटलस स्कूल के ज़रिए शाहीन के तजुर्बात से यहाँ के स्टूडेंट्स को फ़ायदा पहुँचाने की हम कोशिश करेंगे। जैसा कि अभी सलीम साहब शाहीन के कुछ तफसीलात बताए हैं और कुछ डिटेल यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हैं, शाहीन सिर्फ 17 स्टूडेंट से एक कमरे में शुरू हुआ था 1 दिसंबर 1989 को। आज अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह 35,000 स्टूडेंट्स की खिदमत करने का मौका मिल रहा है। मैं और आपके सामने हूँ। मेरे कुछ साथी हैं यहाँ पर, मेरे क्लासमेट्स बीदर से ताल्लुक़ रखने वाले, वो जानते हैं, वो देखे हैं शाहीन सिर्फ 17 स्टूडेंट से कोशिश करते हुए, स्ट्रगल करते हुए बीदर के बच्चों को, फिर कर्नाटका के स्टूडेंट्स को, फिर इंडिया भर के स्टूडेंट्स की खिदमत करते आया है। और मैं शाहीन शुरू करने के जस्ट 1.5 ईयर के बाद जॉब के लिए सऊदी आया था। रियाद में 1.5 ईयर एज ए साइट इंजीनियर मैं काम भी किया हूँ। मुझे अंदाज़ा है, मैं जानता हूँ क़रीब से कि यहाँ के पेरेंट्स के क्या मसाइल हैं, स्टूडेंट्स के क्या मसाइल हैं, और वो जो मसाइल उस वक्त थे वो आज भी वही मसाइल हैं। माँ बाप बच्चों के लिए बहुत कुछ करना चाहते हैं, लेकिन बहुत कुछ ख्वाहिश रखने के बावजूद भी कहीं ना कहीं कंप्रोमाइज़ करना पड़ रहा है। जैसा कि मैं उस वक्त देखा था, अपने बच्चों को 7th 8th के बाद इंडिया में किसी रिश्तेदार के पास, मामू चाचा के पास रखने के लिए प्लान बनता था। उसके लिए पहले से उनसे ताल्लुक़ात बढ़ाए जाते थे। जब भी जाते थे तो ज़ाहिर है उनके लिए गिफ्ट भी लेके जाते थे। 2-3 साल के बाद बच्चे को वहाँ पहुँचा देते थे, और जब तक मामू चाचा फूफा बच्चे को यस बेटा, ओके बेटा, इट्स ऑल राइट बेटा, जब तक ये बोलते रहेंगे बच्चा ठीक ठाक चलता रहता है। जिस दिन एडवाइस करेंगे, जिस दिन कुछ नसीहत करेंगे बच्चे के भलाई के लिए, उस दिन बच्चे के और वहाँ पे ताल्लुक़ात, फिर माँ बाप के, अपने रिश्तेदारों से ताल्लुक़ात ख़राब होकर वो सारा प्रोजेक्ट फेल हो जाता था। तो हम बीदर में NRIs के लिए कुछ स्पेशल कोशिश किए। ज़ाहिर है सारे स्टूडेंट्स वहाँ पे एडजस्ट नहीं हो सकते, तो फिर ख्याल आया क्यों ना गल्फ़ में मुख्तलिफ़ 2-4 सिटीज़ में कम से कम हमारा कोचिंग सेंटर शुरू करेंगे, और वो तमाम चीज़ें जो हम बीदर में देना चाहते थे वो उनके घर पे इंशाल्लाह उनको मिलेंगी, और हम नीट के लिए इंशाल्लाह यहाँ पर कोशिश करेंगे। साथ ही साथ ड्रॉप आउट स्टूडेंट्स को, जो जैसा कि अभी बताया गया, हमारा एक वेरी स्पेशल प्रोग्राम है AICU, एकेडमिक इंटेंसिव केयर नेट ड्रॉप आउट, اور وہ حافظ بچے جو حفظ کے دوران ڈراپ کیے تھے اور وہ کسی وجہ سے پیچھے رہ جا رہے ہیں، ان کو ہم بیسک ٹھیک کر کے واپس ان کو کلاس کے قابل بنا کر ان کو آگے بڑھانے کی کوشش کریں گے۔ یہ ہمارا بہت خاص پروگرام ہے۔ اب انڈیا بھر میں ہم تقریباً 200 مدرسوں میں یہ پروگرام شروع کریں ہیں۔ ایک ہے حفظ کے بعد کا پروگرام، اس کو ہم حفظ القرآن پلس کے نام سے انٹروڈیوس کیے۔ پھر مدرسوں میں حافظوں کو رکھ کر جو حافظ فارغ ہو گئے باہر چلے گئے، پھر واپس ان کو مدرسوں میں پہنچا کر مدرسوں سے ہم یہ ریکویسٹ کریں کہ آپ رہنے کھانے کا انتظام بچوں کے لیے کیجئے، ہم ٹیچر کا انتظام کریں گے، ٹیچر کی سیلری کا انتظام کریں گے۔ کچھ لوگوں سے تعاون لے کر ماشاءاللہ 70 بڑے مدرسوں میں انڈیا کے یہ پروگرام چل پڑا ہے۔ اور یہ بچے وہی طریقہ AICU کا، کبھی لائف میں اسکول نہیں گئے تھے، کبھی پین نہیں پکڑے ہیں، ایسے بچوں کو بھی ہم لے کر صرف 3 مہینے میں ان کو 10 کے قابل بنایا جاتا ہے، اور پھر 1 سال کے اندر ان کو 10th میں کا ایگزام دلوا کر ان کو کسی بھی اسٹوڈنٹس کے برابر ان میں صلاحیت پیدا کی جاتی ہے۔ ایسے بے شمار بچے سکسیسفل ہو رہے ہیں۔ اب تک ہمارے پاس سالانہ تقریباً 25 اسٹوڈنٹس، ایسے اسٹوڈنٹس گورنمنٹ فری میڈیکل سیٹ حاصل کر رہے ہیں ماشاءاللہ، اور یہ نمبر بڑا ہے۔ بیدر میں اراؤنڈ 800 حفاظ اب فی الحال ہیں جو انڈیا بھر سے ہیں، کبھی اسکول نہ گئے تھے، کبھی 1st 2nd اسٹینڈرڈ میں گئے تھے، پھر چھوڑ دیے تھے، حفظ کیے اور سیدھے آئے۔ یہ پروگرام ہم شروع کیے تھے تقریباً 15 سال پہلے حافظوں کے لیے اس پروگرام کو انٹروڈیوس کیے۔ اس کی وجہ یہ بنی کہ ہم ہمارے اسکول کو ٹیوشن فری بنانے کا اعلان کر دیے۔ ٹیوشن فری، ہم کو برا لگ رہا تھا کہ ہمارے اسٹوڈنٹ شاہین میں ایڈمیشن لینے کے بعد ٹیوشن جا رہے ہیں، ہم کو برا لگ رہا تھا۔ ہم کو یہ ہماری انسلٹ، ہمارے ٹیچر کی انسلٹس، اسکول کی انسلٹ ہم محسوس کر رہے تھے۔ جیسا کہ کسی ڈاکٹر کے پاس، فیملی ڈاکٹر کے پاس ایک مریض جاتا ہے اور فوری دوسرے ڈاکٹر کے پاس جاتا ہے اور ہمیشہ ایسا ہی کرتا ہے، تو ڈاکٹر کو برا لگے گا، ڈاکٹر کو برا لگے گا۔ اس طرح سے ہم کو برا لگ رہا تھا، تو ہم اعلان کر دیے کہ ہمارے کوئی اسٹوڈنٹ ٹیوشن نہیں جائے گا، ساری تعلیمی ضرورت ہم پوری کریں گے۔ اور وہ تجربہ کرتے کرتے ایک ڈپارٹمنٹ بنانے میں کامیاب ہوئے، اور اس کا نام رکھے ہم AICU، اور AICU اکیڈمک انٹینسیو کیئر یونٹ اس کا بڑا کامیاب تجربہ رہا۔ جب AICU ہمارے پاس قائم ہوا تو کچھ ڈراپ آؤٹ بچے جب ہمارے پاس آئے تھے، یا فیل بچے آ گئے تھے، اسکول سے نکال دیے ہوئے ریجیکٹڈ بچے آئے تھے، تو ہم ان کو موقع دیے، AICU میں وہ سکسیس ہوئے۔ اور ہمارے اپنے شعبے حفظ کے بچے بھی سکسیس ہو رہے تھے، وہ ڈاکٹر بن رہے تھے۔ کرناٹکا کے ٹاپ میڈیکل کالج میں ہماری پہلی حافظہ فارغہ رابعہ بسرین بنگلور میڈیکل کالج میں ایڈمیشن لے لی، اور اس طرح سے یہ ڈراپ آؤٹ بچے بھی آ کر AICU کے ذریعے وہ سکسیس ہوئے۔ وہ ماشاءاللہ آج ہمارے پرنسپل جو ہیں وہ ایسے ہی ڈراپ آؤٹ ہیں، ہمارے ون آف دی ڈائریکٹر ایسے ہی ڈراپ آؤٹ ہیں جو 3 سال ورکشاپ میں کام کیے تھے، ان کو ہم AICU کے ذریعے آگے بڑھے، ماشاءاللہ سکسیسفل ہو رہے تھے۔ ایک طرف حافظ بچے سکسیس ہو رہے، دوسری طرف ڈراپ آؤٹ بچے سکسیس ہو رہے۔ تو 15 سال پہلے ہم کو خیال آیا کیوں نہ یہ پروگرام، یہ طریقہ کار انڈیا بھر کے حافظوں کے لیے اپنایا جائے، تو یقیناً اس کا زیادہ فائدہ ہوگا، کیونکہ حافظ ذہین ہوتے ہیں، حافظ محنتی ہوتے ہیں۔ ہم اعلان کرے اور 20-25 بچوں کو تجربہ کرے۔ اور پہلے ہی بیچ میں ہمارا ایک اسٹوڈنٹ حافظ ابو سفیان، جو کبھی زندگی میں اسکول نہیں گیا تھا، 3 سال کے اندر رائچور گورنمنٹ میڈیکل کالج میں ایڈمیشن لے لیا ماشاءاللہ۔ آپ کو بڑی خوشی ہوگی، ابو سفیان کے جملہ اور 5 بھائی ہیں، اور 5 کے 5 حافظ ہیں۔ اب ابو سفیان کے بعد دوسرا، تیسرا، چوتھا بچہ میڈیکل سیٹ لے لیا ہے، جو ایسے ہی آ کے پڑھے تھے۔ اب 5واں اور 6ٹھا ہمارے پاس ہے۔ انشاءاللہ 1-2 سال میں آؤں گا اور بتاؤں گا کہ ایک امام کے 6 بچے حافظ ہیں، 6 کے 6 ڈاکٹر ہیں ماشاءاللہ۔ اور یہی طریقہ کار ہے AICU کے ذریعے ہم آگے بڑھا، تو ہم ایسے بچوں کی بھی خدمت کریں گے یہاں پر۔ یہ ہمارا ٹارگٹ ہے، بھلے 4 بچوں سے لے کے شروع کریں گے، ایک ماحول بنائیں گے، کوئی بچہ ڈراپ آؤٹ نہ ہو، کوئی بچہ پیچھے نہ رہے کمزوریوں کی وجہ سے۔ میرا ماننا ہے یہ ڈراپ آؤٹ جو ہوتے ہیں انڈیا بھر میں، وہ سبجیکٹ کی ویکنیس کی وجہ سے ڈراپ آؤٹ ہوتے ہیں. غربت کی وجہ سے ڈراپ آؤٹ ہونے والے 10-20% ہو سکتے ہیں, لیکن سبجیکٹ کی کمزوری کی وجہ سے ڈراپ آؤٹ ہونے والے مور دین 70% 80% ہوتے ہیں. تو یہ مرض کو ختم کرنے کے لیے ہم AIC کے طریقہ کار کو پورے ملک میں پھیلانے کی کوشش کر رہے ہیں, اور وہ طریقہ کار انشاءاللہ یہاں بھی رہے گا. اور خاص طور پہ بچے 8th اسٹینڈرڈ سے جو ڈسٹرب ہو رہے ہیں, ان کو سبجیکٹ کی ویکنیس کی وجہ سے ہوتا ہے یہ میجر مسئلہ, تو ان کی بیسک کو ٹھیک کر کے 11th اور 12th میں ہم یہاں پر ان کو تعلیم دیں گے, ایجوکیشن دیں گے. اور نیٹ کے لیے خصوصی ہمارا جو تجربہ ہے وہ یہاں کے بچوں کے لیے پورا ارینجمنٹ کریں گے. اور یہ ہم ارادہ کرتے ہیں, مسائل آ سکتے ہیں لیکن ہم کوئی کسر نہیں چھوڑیں گے انشاءاللہ, کیونکہ یہ ہمارے لیے بڑا اہم فیصلہ ہے. یہ ہمارے لیے, میرے لیے خاص طور پہ یہ بڑے خوشی کے لمحات ہیں کہ ہم دمام سے شروع کیے ہیں. آؤٹ آف انڈیا انٹرنیشنل لیول پر یہ ہمارا پہلا سنٹر ہے, اور یہ ہمارے لیے بڑا اہم ہے. یہاں پہ ہر ممکن ہم خدمت کریں گے, سروسز دیں گے, اور مجھے پوری امید ہے یہاں کے مینجمنٹ جناب سلیم صاحب اور دیگر حضرات یہاں کے کوآپریٹ کریں گے. ہماری ٹیم ماشاءاللہ بڑی اچھی ہے. داؤد شاہین سے پہلے سے جڑے ہوئے ہیں, اور ہمارے CEO توصیف میڈیکیئر یہاں پہ موجود ہیں, ان کا بھی بڑا توجہ یہاں پر ہے. ہم سب مل کر انشاءاللہ یہاں کے پیرنٹس کی امیدوں کو پورا کرنے کے لیے ہر ممکن کوشش کریں گے. آپ تمام سے کوآپریشن کی دعاؤں کی درخواست ہم کرتے ہیں. بس یہ ہمارے لیے ایک بڑا اقدام ہے, یہاں پر ہم ہر ممکن کوشش کریں گے. جزاک اللہ. السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ.
Qadir Saab, Doctor, please. Jazakallah khair. And from the little that I understood, they have started something called AICU, which is the Academic Intensive Care Unit, right? And this is for those who have completed Hifzul Quran and they do not have a path for excellence in education. And this is one of its kind, I believe, that I've heard of and I'm hearing now. So I believe we need to give a standing ovation for this great personality here and for the Shaheen group of institutions. A big round of applause. Jazakumullah khair, Dr. Saab. And in this moment, I also invite Janab Yunus Kazia on stage. He's the president of Anjuman Bhatkal. We will have the video launching ceremony now. And please take your seat. Thank you very much, sir. We'll have the video launching ceremony and let's enjoy this. This is the launching ceremony for Shaheen Dammam Center.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Beautiful people of Dammam, Shaheen Academy officially launched in beautiful city of Dammam, Saudi Arabia. Let's welcome this with a loud round of applause. This is not enough. Shaheen Academy launches in Dammam, Saudi Arabia. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bidar became a backward region, with generations being left behind educationally. Realizing this, a visionary man ventured to re-establish the educational glory of the past. In 1980, he built an educational institute in Bidar with merely 16 children under the name of Shaheen Institutions. With 30 years of faith, hard work, dedication, and willpower, Shaheen spread across India, brightened the lives of thousands of students. It was none other than the great altruist who gave new life through value-based educational revolution to communities that underwent centuries of humiliation and neglect. This man is Dr. Abdul Qadir. Shaheen Group of Institutions has become one of India's leading institutions with the Bidar Residential Campus as the epicenter for a collective of 18 branches across 13 states, providing world-class education to over 30,000 students from all over the world.
أنا اسمي زوبي إيشا. I'm from Saudi Arabia. I'm Ara Sayed. I'm from Kuwait. أي من محسن सादिया कौई أي मणिपुर देगी
तो नाम दलहा निजामुद्दीन है मैं गुजराती हूँ
माझं नाव शेगुमेर अहमद बाबुतार आहे मी महाराष्ट्रीयन आहे ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ವಿನಯ್ ನಾನು ರಾಯಚೂರಿನಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇನೆ
என் பேர் முகமது அபுஜத் நான் தமிழ்நாட்டிலேருந்து வந்திருக்கேன்
My name is Usha Kausar. I am from Bihar.
আমার নাম মোহাম্মদ সাহিল এসকে আমি ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গল থেকে এখানে পড়ি
My name is Musin Azim. I am from Andhra Pradesh. నా పేరు హర్షిత నేను షాహిన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ చదువుతున్నాను నేను తెలంగాణ నుంచి వచ్చాను
എൻ്റെ പേര് ഷർഫുദ്ദീൻ ഞാൻ കാസർഗോഡിൽ നിന്നാണ്.
This educational revolution has proved itself with numerous ranks in professional, competitive, and entrance exams like NEET, JEE, CLAT, UPSC, and many more. Some notable achievements in NEET include All India 9th rank, first rank in the state, 3,500 plus students secure government medical seats through NEET. Approximately 15% of total medical seats allotted by the Karnataka government. Shaheen Institutions has prepared students for enrollment in prestigious private and government institutions, including AIMS, BMC, among other.
Hello everyone. I'm Shweta Rathod. Currently pursuing my MBBS from AIMS Delhi. I'm Shaheen Academy from Bidar, Karnataka.
There are more than 50 Shaheenians studying in KIMS Medical College, Hubli itself. So you can imagine the number of Shaheenians who are studying in overall India in various medical colleges.
We are Shaheenians. We are studying MBBS in ESR Medical College, Kalburgi.
I am Muhammad Arbaz Ahmed. I am a resident of Basogalyan Taluka from Bidar district and I am a Shaheen alumnus of Bidar branch. I am currently a final year MBBS student at AIMS Delhi.
Myself Waqas Ahmed. I am studying MBBS in JIMS Kalburgi.
I am studying in Bangalore Medical College.
Myself Abdul Muhsin Chanda. I am currently a student of Bidar Institute of Medical Sciences.
I am in JIMS Medical College, Kalburgi.
Like us, more than 50 Shaheenians are studying at Alamin Medical College.
You have to do the hard work, be consistent, have faith in Allah and even have faith in yourself and inshallah you will do the best because Shaheen is the best institution which can bring you the place where we are standing today.
Hello everybody, myself Aditya Raj Balade standing in front of this marvelous medical college here, that is ESI Medical College Kalburgi. Firstly, I want to thank Dr. Abdul Qadir sir because of whom I am here. Shaheen provides you the best education with best faculties and it has very well organized schedule. Shaheen has many scholarships, not even single penny was charged for my education. Shaheen not only makes you focus on studies, it also makes you spiritually conscious. It has a very well maintained discipline.
मैं उर्दू मीडियम से बिलोंग करता था तो मेरे को बहुत तकलीफ होती थी इंग्लिश पढ़ने के लिए तो वहाँ पर सर ने मेरे को मदद किया और मैंने जब शाहीन में फर्स्ट एडमिशन लिया था यूसी फर्स्ट ईयर में तो कदीर सर ने मेरे को काफ़ी सारा सपोर्ट किया.
Shaheen Group of Institutions for such educations and for involvement for creating us to achieve such our ambitious dream.
Last one decade, 5
BCom, BBA. Here, along with their graduation, students are exposed to the civil services examination.
Globally, Shahinians are seen serving in various professions, including research, science, technology, medicine, law, government department, teaching, corporates, small and large-scale industry, and entrepreneurship. Over 10,000 students study in Shaheen's 3 residential campuses in Bidar alone. Students from different parts of the country and abroad get the facility of security and care here.
I'm from Saudi Arabia. They said that it is one of the top colleges in India, like state and national levels. They have secured many ranks. And when I came...
Hello. MashaAllah, tabarakallah, beautiful video. Thank you very much for that. And what the video really taught me is that it has been transforming thousands of lives beyond caste, creed, and religion. And Shaheen Group of Institutions has been able to do that. And it's behind their brochure also. They say, we are passionate about your success here and hereafter, right? So the hereafter is a very important factor, and some of the students have witnessed it, saying that it has improved his spiritual being also. We continue recognizing our dignitaries for tonight. I invite the organizers to do so. Dr. Salim Ur Rahman, the CEO of Midad, as well as the founding partner of OfATLAS International School. Let's recognize Dr. Salim Ur Rahman, please. Thank you for being with us tonight. Dr. Tawseef. Welcome, sir, despite his crunching time for being with us tonight. The promoter of OfATLAS International School, Mr. Amjad. Welcome, sir, welcome. And last but not the least, the chairman of Al Jazeera, Muhammad Javed Ibrahim. Welcome, sir. We have a long list of orations tonight, and I'd like to, how many students are here? Raise your hands. Okay, more parents, right? So the parents came and the students are enjoying at home. Okay, do you all know what a sculptor is? A sculptor? A sculptor is someone who sculpts in something into a sculpture. So he was wandering through the village and he found someone crying. He heard someone crying. And he asked, who is this crying? And it was a rock, a big piece of rock, crying out of a lot of sadness. So the sculptor asked, why are you crying? And the rock said, people pass me every day in, day out, and they never recognize me. They never see me, as if I'm not here, and I feel sad about it, and that's why I'm crying. The sculptor said, I can do something for you. I can change how you look, and it will change your life. People will start recognizing you. And the rock will say, okay, I'm ready for it. So the sculptor said that it will indeed give you a little bit of pain. Are you ready for that? The rock said, okay, fine, let's try. So the sculptor took out his tools and he started chipping in. And the first chip, the rock said, oh, stop. I can't bear this pain. I can't bear it. It's too painful. I don't want this. So the sculptor said, let's give a little bit of patience. Endure the pain. And let's see what comes in the end. And the rock said, okay, fine, let's try. And with a lot of pain and hurt, the sculptor started digging into it, taking out what is not needed and carving it into a beautiful sculpture. What happened next is that people started recognizing, oh, I've been through this valley a lot of times. I've never seen such a beautiful sculpture. And people started camping under it, looking at it, amazing it, praising it. And what happened is that the rock has become something inevitable for the environment. So what I want to say is that we all are rocks. And what we are today are because of our teachers, because of the institutions that have shaped us. And tonight we have Shaheen Academy, to shape the future of our students as well, to make them bright and shining across the door. I invite on stage the Director of Information Technology, KFU PM Dhahran, the chief guest for tonight, Dr. Sadiq Said Muhammad. And Dr. Sadiq Said would love to introduce himself, and that's best where you hear from.
السلام عليكم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي امري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. Yeah, it's very important for me to introduce myself. Brother Ryan agreed to the suggestion. And what we saw until now is going to connect very well with what I have to convey today. Briefly, I was born in Bangalore. I came to Saudi Arabia in 1981. I would like to tell you what I did since then and what is my core work now. But simply, since we are talking about academics, I have about almost 50 years of experience in higher education. I've also been in leadership positions and administration for about 25 years. I do a little bit of research, reading, writing, inventions, etc. I also write books. I retired in 2020. Somebody was counting and they said 8 hours later I was called back to the university and I'm back on a normal track teaching and administering. I've been a CIO of the university for about 6 years long ago. That's when we met, I think, on the beach. And a few years later I was called back and I'm now working there. I still teach, I travel a lot, I talk a lot in several countries. Whenever I get an opportunity, I'm there. Recently, I was talking in Thailand on leadership for about 2 hours, and so on. Before we begin, since I said I like to talk on almost any topic because it helps me learn about it before I go and stand in front of people, I recently was reading a book by Ted from TED Talks. And I read a lot of pages, but I didn't finish the book until I came to a point where he said that every time you stand and speak, make sure you're saying something new, if the topic is the same. So that's a challenge for us to go and get some information and try to make this whole experience both educative and entertaining. So because of that, I'd like to thank Shaheen Academy for this opportunity and really congratulate you on the fantastic work you've been doing. Great numbers, and I can feel the appreciation for those, and down the line you'll understand why I'm saying that. So, I am mostly known as Dr. Sadiq. That's very common in the third world to add the title. In the US, they don't do that. The professor calls the student by the first name, and the student calls the professor by the first name. But then, I'm not the type of medical doctor who helps people. I'll talk to you a little bit about our champions because of training and coaching which we're talking about. Especially, it's just about less than a month since the Olympics are over, and I think the performance from India has not been so bad as it used to be before. Like every decade, for decades we had a bronze medal. Until now, some stars are showing up. I'll say a few things, a little bit about coaching and training and my thoughts about this topic. And my wife here with me, thank you Sumaya for coming with me, always tells the person next to her, actually it happened in a session. A principal of a school asked her, what is he talking about? And she said, you have to wait till the last slide to understand the story. So please hang on till the end. I went to a Christian school and we were debating the phrase, and it came to pass. My wife is an English teacher, and then this was the phrase that I will never be a medical doctor in my life. From a very young age, every time I would go to a pharmacy or a clinic or a hospital with my sick grandparents, I would think and aspire to be a medical doctor. I thought that God created me to touch, to feel, to heal, and I was ready to do that for the rest of my life. I worked very hard. I scored well. I qualified for the interviews. Tens of thousands of students from Karnataka aspired to join the Bangalore Medical College. Only 200 were called for the interview. I was there. 150 seats, 188 students made it. I was left out. All because of what? In those days, there were no NEET or JEE exams. It was basically your second year PUC exam that made you qualify. We were in a state of emergency between 1975 and 77. This was the year 1976. We went to get admitted and they said, no, we have changed the rules. Now we'll be looking at also your first year PUC exams. We didn't know at the time of first year PUC that you have to score well there also to qualify. And I knew that I'll never be a medical doctor in this life. State of emergency. Mrs. Gandhi came to visit KFUPM in 1982. And I made it a point to go and say hello to her, and that's a picture. I used to dress and I used to dress shalwar kameez like a Pakistani, and she thought they would never let me come near her, but I still approached. I said I should shake hands with her because that was the woman whose decision, of course, I don't blame anything, but changed the course of my life. And then I left India for good. I like to start with a story which is very relevant. And I'll tell you half the story now and half the story at the end of the talk. Many of you must have seen this in social media. I called it the story from China. A very nice story, and that inspired me a lot. In China, an archer comes to town to display his skill. He sets up the target about 20 meters away, walks back to the starting line, takes aim, perfect bull. All people gathered around start cheering and clapping and throwing coins. Except one man standing near this archer says, it's just a matter of practice. The man goes and pulls out the arrow from the target, walks back again, second attempt. Again a perfect bull. And same cheering. And this man again says, it's just a matter of practice. After the show is over, the man packs up his paraphernalia and picks up the coins. All the crowd disperses. And these two gentlemen standing there. The archer goes to this gentleman and says, what do you mean? Can you do it? The man says, no. I am an oil retailer. Let's go to my shop and I'll show you what I can do. We'll continue with the story later. We live in a very uncertain world. Just like the story that I aspired to become something, but like they say, plans will fail, planning will not. I got somewhere else, but that's all right. Recent Olympics, we know what happened to Vinesh Phogat. You train for the entire life. The first time a female wrestler made it to the finals in the Olympic Championships. All set was done. It was just a matter of night. Next morning she has to fight and she would be a gold or silver medalist. A small rule changed everything. When two people make it to the finals, one of them is a silver medalist. Logical. Many people commented. They made a committee of one person, the Committee for Arbitration of Sports, and then a decision was made after a lot of torture. First they said before the Olympics we are going to announce. 10th of August, nothing happened. 12th of August, nothing happened. Until the 18th, because I am also a trainer and I've gone through these, I knew what it feels for an individual. Just like I put this over there. If you recall Neeta Ambani introducing the man on the boundary when she called Surya Kumar Yadav in the finals. She said our hearts were in our mouths, and that was the situation for a large number of people. It didn't happen. And it's very important for me to tell this because a large number of you students who will be aspiring to do the NEET and get to high places, everybody does not make it to a big school. But that experience is important, as we'll see. Another interesting story, I do a little bit of physical training and I have been in athletics, etc. Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt was the only athlete to win 3 medals in 3 consecutive Olympics. And in very important categories of 100 meters, 200 meters, and the 4 into 100 meters finals. Beijing, London, Rio. One fine day, they call and tell him that in that relay which you ran 2 years ago, one of your colleagues tested positive for a chemical which is banned, and so you return the medal. Lots of things in this life are not in your control. We all have to aspire and try, and we'll get somewhere. Of course, we also have some good stories. I wrote to her after her glorious victory. 22-year-old, 2 medals. If you have seen her talk shows, what erudition in speech, what humility, what inspiration, fantastic. And you all can guess who? Manu Bhaker. Fantastic performance, and of course after lots of struggle, yes, there was some success. Such people would inspire lots of their other peers. Now simply, is coaching and training really necessary? We didn't have that in my days. I finished my high school in 1974. I did the 11th and 12th in 76, and then I failed to get into the medical. If your institutes were there at the time, maybe I had a slightly better chance. So I just looked over the net because I too wanted to know the positive impacts or influences of these trainings. I go to the gym, fitness time, and all the equipment is on the upper floor. And when you go up the stairs, you see something written like this. Remember, when you're not training, someone else somewhere is. And when you meet him or her, he or she will beat you. He or she will win. So it's extremely important for all of us to learn, train, coach, and try to improve in whatever we aspire to do. So I quickly looked at a few points. And one of them is that when you go to a coaching class, you actually go through a very structured curriculum where some of the components of which the teachers might have missed in schools. All schools are not of the same standard, but you are actually aspiring to do standardized tests like what you provide training for in JEE or the others. The other big thing is that the instructors are experienced. All schools are not of same standards, but when you go to these training academies with good reputation, you will find that they are very experienced instructors, and they have very customized type study plans. And then you get to practice on realistic questions. This is extremely important. And you will also learn not only the science or the math, but also how to manage your time. Because everything happens in a small time window. I did my GRE, they said 20 minutes, 30 questions, and move to the next session. If you haven't trained on such papers, it will be really a very confusing thing for you to go and really exhibit your aptitude. Of course, you'll have an advantage of collaborative learning. You'll also get immediate feedback. You don't have to wait till you fail the exam to know that you did not do well because of certain aspects. And then the access to the material, like books, old exams, sample tests, etc. are all available. And of course, when you go through training, definitely you build a lot of confidence for your final examination where you have to perform. Also, just like rules change, formats of these exams change, patterns change, and these training academies have that information. So when you go to train, you actually are doing something with people who are familiar with those formats. Now I'm speaking in DAMMAM, I'm not standing in some village in India. You've got to remember one thing. The situation of India when I went to school was very, very poor, very, very low, both economically and also in terms of opportunities for education, for employment. We all had anxious moments and sleepless nights wondering where we will end up. Poverty was the motivator. In Saudi Arabia, you have to remember this. We are all doubly blessed, and affluence should not become an obstacle. I speak to Saudi students a lot, and I always tell them about the situation which was back in 1980s in India, and I tell them that why should God put you in that situation for you to go and excel and leave this world a better place? You've got to know this affluence can also be a good positive to go and access resources, and in the comfort of your rooms, try to strive to excel. This is, I forgot her name, but when I saw the UPSC results, 16th rank, even to clear the UPSC is a big ordeal. I like to go and download those exams and try to solve them because the key is available. One of the most difficult exams, I think. Maybe one of the most difficult in the world. I am from the College of Computer Sciences, and now I have the key and the questions, and I can assess the level of difficulty. These people who have been motivated, sometimes a daughter of a lift operator, a son of a watchman, a daughter of a rickshaw puller, have excelled. Which means what? With all the resources you have over here, you definitely stand a chance. And of course, when you try to do this, do not sort of go in a direction where you really leave everything else behind and focus on only one target, and you may not make it. We don't know what God has destined for us. At this time, I'd like to convey one message to the parents. Now, this is extremely important. Last time when I spoke in one of the meetings, we talked about Gen Z and Alpha Gen. They need space. They need space. The problem is we still are old school, where we think that the expectations of the parents are that the child should excel and should become something. We have to keep our expectations realistic. Not everybody can make it to the top school. Everybody can attempt. But there are only few seats which will be available for you to study. Others have to go somewhere else. Like me, I had to go to Saudi Arabia and I became an engineer and whatnot. There's a very nice book that inspired me a lot. The name of the book is The Prophet. Nothing to do with Islam, it's just the name of the book. Written by Khalil Gibran, and he's a philosopher, a Lebanese Christian who wrote both in English and Arabic. He was a professor of literature at Harvard. And he has several chapters, brief, 1-2 pages. And about children, he says, your children are not your children. They come through you, but not from you. They are the sons and daughters of life longing for itself. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for life does not tarry with yesterday. You have to remember this. Give them some space, and they'll be fine. But in an attempt to excel, go for training classes, target joining high schools, they will get experience. And even if they fail, or if they have to fail, it's perfectly all right. Because failure also has lots of positives. Only when you fail, you will know what it is to be successful, and you will enjoy success. Oh, we still have the story from China. And so the oil retailer said, no, I cannot do what you do, but let me show you what I can do. He took a beaker of oil, he took a bottle with a very thin stem and poured all the oil into the bottle. Yeah, the last slide. Not a single drop spilled. So the person telling the story mentioned 2 points. I'll close with this. One is, he said, if you practice something, you will become very good at it. If you practice peace, you will become very good at it. If you practice love, you will become very good at it. It doesn't have to be only tangible things like computer programming or mathematics. If you practice lying, you will become very good at it. If you practice complaining, and he gives an example, beautiful night, full moon, harvest festival, everybody in a state of awe, tears of joy, until somebody steps in and says, isn't it a bit dark over here? If you practice complaining, you'll become very good at it. I'd like to end this talk by a simple question. What do you practice? Thank you very much for your attentiveness.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you very much, Dr. Sadiq Said. It has always been a pleasure to host you on stage, and we've learned a lot from you. Let's all recognize the presence of the Managing Director of OfATLAS International School, Mr. Awad Al-Kahtani. Mr. Awad Al-Kahtani, please receive an accolade of appreciation for your presence. Thank you very much. I'd like to request our speakers to, cut short on the time because we are running late. Next, I'd like to invite on stage the General Secretary, Association for Protection of Civil Rights and a social activist, Janab Malik Muhtasim Khan. Please help me welcome on stage Janab Malik Muhtasim Khan.
السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ. ہم تمام لوگ شاہین کے پروگرام میں شریک ہیں. ایک بہت بڑے شاعر علامہ اقبال نے شاہین لفظ کا اپنی شاعری میں بہت استعمال کیا ہے. شاہین، فیلکن، عقاب، اس کو کیوں استعمال کیا گیا ہے؟ اس کی ایک وجہ یہ ہے کہ اس میں بڑی تیزی ہوتی ہے. وہ بہت دور تک دیکھ سکتا ہے. وہ بہت بلند پرواز ہوتا ہے. اس میں غیرت ہوتی ہے. وہ بڑا خوددار ہوتا ہے. اس وجہ سے شاہین فیلکن کہا جاتا ہے. تو میں اس موقع پر شاہین کی ٹیم کو دمام میں شاہین دمام کے آغاز پر اپنی جانب سے بہت بہت مبارکباد پیش کرتا ہوں. شاہین ٹیم کے علاوہ مجھے یہ بہت خوشی ہوئی کہ یہاں ایٹلس انٹرنیشنل اسکول انہوں نے یہ بہت اچھا کوآپریشن کیا ہے. تو میں ایٹلس کی ٹیم کو، پروفیسر یسیور رحمان صاحب کو، ان کو بھی اپنی جانب سے مبارکباد پیش کرتا ہوں. آج کل دنیا میں تعلیم میں ہم کیسے انسان بنانا چاہتے ہیں، اس پر بہت بحث ہے. یہ جو ایجوکیشن ہے ہمیں گلوبل सिटीजन, एक अच्छा आलमी शहरी बनाए। और हम सब का ताल्लुक उम्मत मुस्लिमा से है। उम्मत मुस्लिमा का एक अच्छा कीमती फर्द बनना, ये हमारी तालीम का और ये हमारे शाहीन का मकसद है। उसमें जो सबसे बुनियादी बात जो आजकल है वो ये है कि हमारे स्टूडेंट्स में क्रिएटिविटी आए। शाहीन, उसका एक अहम काम ये है कि उनके अंदर जिद्दत, तनव्वो, क्रिएटिविटी, तख्लीकी सलाहियत, ये हमारे स्टूडेंट्स में पैदा होना चाहिए। उनके दरमियान में क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग, ऐसा ना हो कि जो चीज चल रही है बस वही चलती रहे। इल्म हासिल कर कर ये इल्म एक नए इल्म को जन्म देना चाहिए। ये क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग से और क्रिएटिविटी से मुमकिन है। स्टूडेंट्स में ये सलाहियत पैदा हो कि वो कोलैबोरेशन, वो पार्टनरशिप, वो इंटरडिपेंडेंट, हर आदमी अपनी जिंदगी ना जिए। हम एक दूसरे की मदद से इस समाज को अदल पर, इंसाफ पर मबनी समाज बनाने की कोशिश करें। और आखिरी चीज इस सिलसिले में वो स्टूडेंट्स के अंदर खूब से खूब कम्युनिकेट करने की सलाहियत। आपने कुरान मजीद पढ़ा जिसमें कहा गया है सूरह रहमान में, अल्लमहुल बयान, इंसान का जो जिक्र किया गया है, अर्रहमान अल्लमल कुरान खलकल इंसान अल्लमहुल बयान। अभी हमारे दोस्त बयान करें, खूब बयान करने आना चाहिए, अच्छा बयान करने आना चाहिए और अच्छी असलूब में, अच्छी बॉडी लैंग्वेज से बयान करना। बयान करना एक बहुत बड़ी सलाहियत है। ये भी एक बड़ी खूबी है जो हमारे स्टूडेंट्स के अंदर पैदा होनी चाहिए। उसी तरीके से पहले कहते थे कि इंफॉर्मेशन इज पावर, अब ये जुमला पुराना हो गया है। इंफॉर्मेशन ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशंस इज पावर, अब जुमला बदल गया है। सिर्फ मालूमात नहीं चाहिए, मालूमात दिमाग में नहीं है, मालूमात आपके हाथ में है, आपके फोन में है। तो कौन सी मालूमात कहां पर है और उसका कैसे इस्तेमाल करें, हमें इस उम्मत को मीडिया, हमें इस उम्मत को टेक्नोलॉजी में, हमें इस उम्मत के दरमियान में इस फील्ड्स में बड़े बड़े लोगों की जरूरत है। हमारा समझना यह है कि यह उम्मत लीडरशिप रोल प्ले करने की उम्मत है। पूरी दुनिया में तमाम इंसानों के सामने एक लीडरशिप रोल, उसके लिए जरूरी है कि स्टूडेंट्स में, हमारे समाज में लोगों के अंदर फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी आए, लचक आए, जिद ना हो, एक्सट्रीमिज्म ना हो, वो समाज को लीड करने वाले बने, उनके अंदर लीडरशिप टैलेंट्स पैदा किए, उनको इनिशिएट लेने की, और सबसे बढ़कर वो सोशल स्किल्स पैदा हो। हम दोस्त बनाएं खानदान से, हमको एक कौम दूसरी कौम से, दुनिया में बड़ी कौमें, बड़ी मिल्लतें आबाद हैं, हमको उन कौमों से, मुसलमान कौम से बाहर लोगों से डायलॉग, इंटरेक्शन, और उनके लिए हम प्रोडक्टिव बने। यहां जो डॉक्टर बन रहे, मैं शाहीन टीम को, खासतौर पे खदीर साहब को मुबारकबाद पेश करता हूं। तो हमें सिर्फ डॉक्टर बनाना नहीं है, डॉक्टर बनेंगे, डॉक्टर बनकर जो समाज में महरूम हैं, गरीब हैं, कमज़ोर हैं, ज़ईफ़ हैं, ज़रूरतमंद हैं, उनकी खिदमत के लिए ये लोग तैयार हो रहे हैं। तो सिर्फ उनका अपना ख़ानदान नहीं, ये पूरी इंसानियत हमारा ख़ानदान है। तमाम इंसान एक ख़ानदान है, ये अल्लाह ताला का कुंबा है और इस कुंबे की खिदमत करना है। इसीलिए मैं अपनी बात ख़त्म करते हुए कहूँगा कि अल्लाह ताला ने कुरान मजीद में इरशाद फरमाया, इन्नस्समअ वल बसरा वल फुआद उलाइका कान अन्हु मस्ऊला, कि अल्लाह ने तुम्हें कान, सुनने की ताकत, आँख, देखने की ताकत, दिल, समझने की ताकत, ये पूरी ताकतें अल्लाह ने हमको दी इसलिए कि इसका हम भरपूर इस्तेमाल करें। एक मौके पर अल्लाह बुजुर्ग बरतर ने कलाम पाक में इरशाद फरमाया, क़ाला इन्नल्लाह अस्तफ़ाहु अलैकुम व ज़ातहु बस्ततम फिल इल्मी वल जिस्म। लीडरशिप के लिए फिल इल्मी वल जिस्म, नॉलेजफुल और मजबूत जिस्म, अल्लाह ने उनको लीडरशिप अता की। तो दोस्तों, शाहीन के इस प्रोग्राम में ये डॉक्टर भी बनेंगे और जेईई करेंगे तो अच्छे इंजीनियर भी बनेंगे, क्लैट में आएंगे तो अच्छे वकील भी बनेंगे, और यूपीएससी में आए और उससे हम एक अच्छे एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव ऑफिसर्स भी बनेंगे। एक ये सब चीजें उम्मत की कैपेसिटी को बिल्ड करने के लिए जरूरी है। खास तौर पे हमारे इंडिया में जो मुसलमान हैं वो सोशियो इकोनॉमिकल, पॉलिटिकल, वो पीछे है। हमें इस उम्मत को ताकतवर बनाना है और ये शाहीन उम्मत को ताकतवर बनाने का एक अहम काम कर रहा है। मैं इस मौके पर अल्लामा इकबाल के इस शेर पर और यहाँ के शाहीनों की नज़र करते हुए अपनी जगह लेता हूँ। शायर मशरिक़ अल्लामा इकबाल ने कहा है, मुक़ाबी रूह जब बेदार होती है जवानों में, नज़र आती है इनको अपनी मंजिल आसमानों में, नहीं तेरा नशे मन क़स्र सुल्तानी की गुंबद पर, तू शाही है बसेरा कर पहाड़ों की चट्टानों पर।
Jazakallah khair, Janab Motasim Khan. Thank you very much. He is the General Secretary of the Association for Protection of Civil Rights, an NGO which was established in 2006 for the protection of human rights of the exploited and deprived section of the society. It is composed of advocates, social activities, and grassroots paralegal social workers. Thank you very much, Janab Motasim Khan, for your wonderful work and for being with us tonight. Thank you very much, sir. Next, I invite on stage the director of Shaheen DAMMAM, Mr. Dawood Muhammad Ali. Please help me welcome Mr. Dawood Muhammad Ali for a brief introduction about Shaheen DAMMAM.
Assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah. I'm so happy now because now our dreams comes true. My name is Dawood Muhammad Ali, works as director of Shaheen Academy, DAMMAM Center. I have been working in the field of educational management and researcher in future education for the past 18 years. And also I am associated with Shaheen for the past 8 years. For this project, I have been here in DAMMAM for the last 2 months. Within a short span of time, I have been able to directly connect with most of the communities and organizations in Indian community here. When I shared the details and presented to you about this institution to be launched in Dammam, the cooperation and support I received from you was overwhelming and exciting. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for that. Thank you. You have heard a lot about Shaheen institutions in a short span of time. Shaheen's visionary leader, Dr. Abdul Qadir Sahib, is with us. Inshallah, in Dammam also, in Saudi also, by the grace of Almighty, we will create some histories. In a very short time, I am going to present what services are going to be provided in Dammam Center. We firmly believe that we are here with you now to provide the most relevant educational needs of students and parents in Dammam. A large percentage of the talented and aspiring children today want to study in the best premier institutions, whether it is in India or abroad. So a strong foundation is needed for students at an early stage itself. This is where the need for the expert and experienced faculties, proper systems, and continuous training and practice comes in. With experienced and expert faculties, with scientifically designed modules, with systematic continuous practicing systems, inshallah, Shaheen is going to provide this service and support to students of Dammam. Here, we have these courses. The first one is NEET JEE for ongoing +1 and +2 students. It will be very helpful for the students who are currently going for +1 and +2 classes. The class will be afternoon session, so it will be helpful for the students in IESD or any other institutions in Dammam. The second one is NEET long-term repeaters. This is for who completed higher secondary and willing to prepare for NEET or JEE. They can focus completely for NEET and JEE preparation in this year. The third one is foundation goes from 8th standard to 10th standard. This is for the students from age 10th standard. From early stage itself, they will get a strong foundation in subjects like physics, chemistry, maths, and biology from the expert faculties in the competitive coaching. The fourth one is exclusive support for homeschoolers. Here in Dammam, many students have not getting proper support because they are in visit visa. In this program, we will give coaching and training for this category students in a very systematic manner with the support of qualified and experienced teachers. The class will be from 6th standard to 12th standard and from KG to 2nd standard, inshallah. And coaching for school-going students from 6th to 12th standard. This program is exclusively to support school-going students to get special coaching for some subject or even for complete subjects, inshallah. Inshallah, in coming year, we are planning to start the integrated higher secondary with NEET coaching. In this course, The expert faculties will handle the whole modules for board exams and NEET or JEE. Scientifically designed special modules of Shaheen will help a lot for the students to crack the NEET and perform in board exam, inshallah. We intend to implement a system that will provide a comprehensive support to the children coming to our educational institutions. Our aim is not just to get marks or to succeed in career, rather it is built to their lives or a strong sense of value. A system has been developed for this with a very comprehensive and in a process-based approach. I think surely it will help the students a lot for overall development of students, inshallah. If you want to know more about the courses and programs, you can directly contact me in my number, and the counter is there in behind of this auditorium. Inshallah, in nearby future, in Dammam also, in Saudi also, we will create some highly positive result and will create some mystery. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dawud. Inshallah, very soon Shaheen Academy will be part of our family. Several organizations, work in this province and in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. One I know is like Kerala Engineers Forum, and these forums they would like to collaborate with Shaheen Academy for the betterment of the institute to surpass to the masses, to supply to the masses how we can improve the culture of our people. Now, I'd like to invite on stage the founder and director of Kurtuba Welfare Foundation, Bihar. Please help me welcome Dr. Zubair Hudawi. I know we are running quite of time. Please bear with us with patience, and also our speakers, if they can cut down their time.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala Sayyidina Muhammad. All respected dignitaries, especially Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan, the man of the day, and all ladies and gentlemen here. Alhamdulillah, I'm very happy to be here in this auspicious occasion of launching Shaheen Academy in association with AfATLAS International School here in Dammam. I met him in 2016 in Muzaffarnagar, where the post-riot educational efforts and rebuilding efforts were being done there in Muzaffarnagar in UP, close to Delhi. Alhamdulillah, there are many efforts in India to empower the minority community, especially the Muslim community. I'm a person who believes in a bright future for Muslims in India, inshallah. Nets and bolts are being created, constructed in several places. Inshallah, it will be used to run the car once. We may not be able to see, or inshallah we may be able to see. There are many efforts across the country that many people are trying to develop the community. We need to focus on school-age students. The education gap is there, that's the ICU is there. I'm from Kerala, basically I'm there in Kishanganj for last 6-7 years, alhamdulillah. Trying to bridge that education gap. We have a learners clinic, and with that learners clinic actually we visited the ICU in Bidar. So generally the 1 to 5 classes, most of the students, they don't get any kind of education and they get a dropout at the 8th class. 80% of the students in most of the places in Muslim majority areas are dropout at the 8th class, even without literacy. Those parents who want to educate them, they bring them to private schools and they make them sit in class 1 and class 2. The education gap, 4 years, 5 years or 3 years, that happens there. So the age appropriate minimum learning level is not happening. So we try to focus on that. And plus, focus on empowering the quality, improving the quality of the government schools. In Malappuram district, there are 14 districts in Kerala, the Muslim majority Malappuram district. If I say 80,000 students used to appear for the 10th class examination in year 2000. Only 30%, 24,000 used to pass. The government, the political parties, the religious organization, everybody get in, and they started with the support of the government a project called Vijayaveri. If I tell you in 2024, even in the last time, 80,000 students appeared for the last consecutive 7-8 years in Kerala. Out of the all 14 districts, the Muslim majority Malappuram district is top, 97%, 98%, the largest number of full A+. And what is the result? Across the country, there are 50 plus central universities, 200 plus institutions of eminence, many institutions. If you name any institution, ICAR, ISR, ISR, or any institutions, I can name Muslim students from Malabar and from Kerala, they are studying there. Here Abdul Majid Sahab was talking about his global CG. CG is Center for Information and Guidance India. So the Association of Muslim Professionals is doing, the Ajmal Foundation, the Rahmani 30 and the Al-Amin Mission, Infinity International, of course Shaheen. Many people are trying, many single efforts are there. The Richa Pullar from Assam, the Ahmad Ali is running around 10 schools. So we need to talk about the positive things, the creative things, how to empower the community, how to give every student, maybe from any background, the career and education guidance, what after 10th, what after plus 2. Every time, every institutions, every organizations, if they start speaking about, talking about, working for the empowerment of the community, the education, to ensure that their participation in the nation building is there. Inshallah, certainly the Muslim community will be there at parallel with all other communities, and there is a bright future. So we need to focus on that. We need to focus on empowerment. We need to focus on education to help reach the government project. The literacy mission is there. The government education projects are there. The agricultural projects are there. There are many projects exclusively for Muslims, for minorities, for OBCs, and general projects. In Muslim areas, there are no takers, no applicants. So if we all, other than crying, other than focusing on problems, we have problems. We have been pressurized, we have been terrorized. So the disappointment should not be there. We should be living with hope. The fear should not be there. We should be courageous to live. Talk about the positive things, the creative things, and help the community empower themselves. That if we all focus, we know that the Akhlaq Ansari problem, we know the Junaid problem, they are the symbols of our problems in India. But how many of you know about Harekala Hejabba? He constructed a school in his small village in Mangalore. Out of the revenue that he created from selling orange, putting on his head, he was roaming around, he's an orange vendor. He created a school. I met him in an NGO conference in 2016. He was the Padma Shri winner in 2020. So he was acknowledged. He was appreciated. So he is the symbol of our solution. So we focus on solutions. We focus on empowerment. Inshallah, Shaheen Institute have shown us a big way, to go through. Inshallah, if we all focus, talk, discuss, support the education, empowerment, employability, skill development projects, inshallah, certainly we will get through, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairul jaza. We will see that bright future, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah khair, Dr. Zubair Hudawi, and thank you for you and your organization for all the good work you've been doing for the society. Dear guests, we are privileged to have within us a social media activist. He has in fact 10 million subscribers blogging in DAMMAM. Okay, any guesses who that is? Yes, we have Shaheen, who's also a pencil sketch artist, and he has prepared some pencil sketches for people who he admired from these dignitaries. Please help me welcome Mr. Shaheen. So, Shaheen would like to recognize first Mr. Awad Al-Kahtani, the Managing Director of OfATLAS International School. Please come forward, sir. Good hand. So this is a pencil sketch of Mr. Awad, gifted by Mr. Shaheen. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Howard. Mabruk. Next, I invite on stage Dr. Salim Ur Rahman, the founding partner of OfATLAS School.
That's why Shaheen has adopted our syllabus for past several years. I also have visited and seen that, and I feel that we are missing that component. Quran, like we started, when the first revelation came, it was all about education, about reading, about pen, about teaching and learning. And we are missing that. We have not used that tool. The world's most influential personality and the most successful person, according to even non-Muslims, is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And what was his manual? His manual was the Quran. We have not approached the Quran that way. Quran says, "Kitabun anzalnahu ilayka mubarakun liyadabbaru ayati." So the Quran invites us to ponder, to think. At the creation, at the universe, I say physics and chemistry and maths and geology and biology, everything are full of signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we want to, one side, make them spiritually stable, to make them focus on the big realities like Dr. Abdul Qadir mentioned. We are not only focusing here, this world, but the hereafter. I would say, inshallah, teaching of the Quran will help them stabilize spiritually, focus on their studies, and get less attracted towards the worldly attractions. And more importantly, I would say there are many doctors who are graduating these days. But the point is, I know all of you, when you go or take your parents to a medical institution in India, how scared you are that you will be drained, you will be exploited financially. There are so many few ethical or moral doctors. Inshallah, this institution will not only bring the doctors, but also those doctors which will be which will be jewels of humanity. We are starving for such doctors, and you all know very well. I think I don't want to prolong here. I will stop here. Thank you very much, and congratulations to everyone. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, Dr. Abdul Aziz Abdul Rahim, for your inspiring words. We are about to wind up. we need to recognize our guest tonight. I'd like to invite on stage Dr. Siraj Sheikh. Dr. Siraj Sheikh, is he with us today? Janab Hashmatullah Khan. by three of our important guests tonight. First, I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Mansoor Pallur. He's a thinker, writer, and a socio-political analyst. Please help me welcome Mr. Mansoor Pallur.
Respected President Professor S.U. Rahman, Dr. Sadiq Sayyid Muhammad, Dr. Abdul Qadir, respected scholars, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. A very good evening to all. It is a great honor to be here this evening for inaugurating Shaheen Academy's new branch, new chapter in DAMMAM. Our world is changing and the systems we are living in are also changing. In response to these changes, of course, we need a drastic overhaul in our educational system. Here where the importance of Shaheen Academy comes in. We all know from the documentary I have screened here, Shaheen Academy stands for the beacon of knowledge. Of course, I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations and best wishes for Shaheen Academy, DAMMAM. I wish and pray that Shaheen Academy will do wonders in the field of education. Thank you all. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Thank you very much, Mr. Mansoor. Thank you so much. Next, I invite on stage the patron of Navodaya, Mr. Pavanan Moolakal. Please help me welcome Mr. Pavanan Moolakal, the patron of Navodaya, on stage.
Good evening all. Understood that Shaheen Group of Institution is a leading name in NEET and JEA coaching in India. It is a happy news for a Kerala community that you are going to start a branch, DAMMAM also. We, Navodaya, supports such a progressive movement to develop comparative exam for expatriate students. Only request is to make a fee structure financially affordable for lower parents also. Best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pavanan Moolakal. He is the patron of Navodaya. Audience, let's have some support here. We'll be winding up in, let's say, 5 to 6 minutes. Appreciate your attention here. The last felicitation is from Mr. Ali Kuti Olavatur. He is the National Secretary of KMCC. Mr. Ali Kuti Olavatur, please.
Distinguished dignitaries, founder, Chairman and Managing Director of Shaheen Group, Dr. Qadir Saab, other invited guests, students, parents and friends, Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening to one and all. I know that the time is running out, almost all chairs are empty. It's really an honor for me and privilege for me to be here to stand in front of you on this special moment that Shaheen is starting its journey from DAMMAM. I request the entire guests to put your hands together to share this happy news. Alhamdulillah. DAMMAM is lucky. On behalf of my organization, KMCC Saudi National Committee and Eastern Province KMCC Committee, I would like to take this opportunity to appreciate Shaheen Group for choosing DAMMAM to start this academic center in DAMMAM. However, a lot of opportunities are there, and a lot of students deeply aspiring to have such an opportunity. They were waiting for this, the parents were waiting, the students were waiting. This has been accomplished. We are happy to have such an opportunity here. Thank you very much for coming to DAMMAM. All the very best, and we promise you all support and cooperations from KMCC and other our community leaders. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Ms. Ali Kuti. And that brings an end to tonight's event, and we really appreciate your presence. For the vote of thanks, I invite Dr. Faraz Muhammad, who is an oral and maxillofacial pathologist, an associate professor at Imam Abdurrahman bin Faisal University, Dammam. Please help me welcome Dr. Faraz Muhammad for giving away the vote of thanks. Audience, please note there will be a light dinner served tonight, so please bear with us.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This my last part of the program is vote of thanks. Distinguished guests, respected dignitaries, esteemed colleagues, dear parents and students. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and very good evening to you all. As we bring this significant event to close, it is my great honor to deliver a heartfelt vote of thanks on behalf of everyone present here today. First and foremost, I extend our deepest gratitude to Dr. Abdul Khadir Saab, the visionary chairman and founder of Shaheen Group of Institutions, Bidar. Sir, your unwavering commitment to the cause of education has inspired the creation of Shaheen Academy here in Dammam. This institution is a beacon of hope and opportunity, and we are immensely grateful for your leadership in launching this academy at Dammam. I would also like to express our profound thanks to Dr. Salim, former professor of chemical engineering at KFUPM and CEO of Midat Chemicals Company Limited and managing director of OfATLAS Group of Schools, Dammam. Dr. Salim has not only been a pillar of support for this initiative, but also graciously provided the Atlas International School as a venue where Shaheen Institution will conduct its classes. Your generosity and belief in this project have made a significant impact, and we are truly grateful to you, sir. Our sincere appreciation goes to Dr. Tausif, CEO of Shaheen Institutions, for your dedicated leadership and guidance. Your efforts in steering this project are deeply valued, and we look forward to the great work that lies ahead. I would also like to extend our gratitude to Dr. Abdul Majid, former faculty at KFUPM Dammam, for your continued support and valuable contributions to this initiative. Your expertise has been indispensable. A special thanks goes to our director, Mr. Dawood, who is the director of Dammam Shaheen branch, whose tireless efforts and leadership have been crucial in bringing this project to life. We deeply appreciate your dedications, Mr. Dawood. We also recognize and thank Mr. Fayaz, our coordinator, who relentlessly has been a backbone of this launch. Additionally, I would like to express our thanks to our esteemed guests, Dr. Sadiq Said Mohammed, Dr. Zubair Hudawi, Janab Malik Muhtazim Khan Saab, Dr. Abdul Aziz Abdul Rahim Saab, and Mr. Mansoor Pallor for honoring us with your presence. Your contributions to today's event and your ongoing support mean a great deal to us. To the parents and students who have joined us today, I want to extend a special message. Shaheen Institution Dammam is committed to not just academic excellence, but also to nurturing students into well-rounded, good human beings. Our focus is on preparing the next generation of health professionals, engineers, and leaders who will contribute positively to the society. Through our comprehensive coaching and guidance, particularly in competitive examinations, we aim to help our students achieve their dreams and reach their full potential. We invite you to join Shaheen Institutions, where your children will receive not only the education they need to excel, but also the values and support to grow into responsible and compassionate individuals. A special note of thanks to Mr. Saifullah Sharif Saab and Mr. Abdul Jalil Saab from Indian Overseas Group, and also a team from Me Expo and Mr. Arishur Rahman and his team from Atlas School for their unwavering support and collaboration on this project. Your contribution has been crucial to the success of our initiative. Mr. Fahad Ahmad and team from Indian Students Democratic Forum also requires a accolade. We also for his volunteer team support. We also immensely grateful to the press and media for covering this event and helping us share our message to the larger community. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to our esteemed community leaders and all the academic leaders and visionaries who have been instrumental in guiding and supporting us throughout this journey, who are present here today. Thank you all for being here today and for your continued support. Together, let us build a brighter future for our children and our community. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much, Dr. Faraz. We are winding up tonight. I invite all the guests on stage, please, for a group photo, along with the organizers and the management of Shaheen Academy as well as ATLAS International School, for a group photo, please. All guests, please, on